It's a weekend wrap. It's a weekend wrap. Yes, it is, I believe. Today is Sunday. It is June 25th, and oh gosh, we're about 8:30 a.m. on the West Coast, coming to you live from the Alliday LLC Mobile Media Studio. That's right, mobile media, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to hit the road. We got about 60, 70 days left before we're wrapped up here. And of course, every pit stop you make, you pick things up, you have to get rid of things. We got some great stuff we're getting rid of. Take a look at Let Go. I'm on Let Go, Offer Up. I'm over on Etsy, eBay. We got some stuff going on. Some really good yard kind of art stuff, some antique stoves, wood stoves, ladies and gentlemen. We got those. Hey, let's talk real quick. I'm going to... the phone interview with VRM. I know a lot of people, I'm getting inquiries. What happened? They did not, Cheryl, I believe Tyson Johnson is her name. She had some emergency meeting at the last minute and couldn't keep the call. So, these are the questions, and with the exception of one question, these all questions came from you. Thank you very much, members of the labor community in the property preservation industry. You sent these questions in. Actually, there was two questions that were mine. And of course, my concern, being labor is in the mix here, how are they going to address the Bowerman FAS issue? So these were the series of questions that I sent over to a gentleman named Benjamin Weber. He was the intermediary that had to fill in for Cheryl for a minute. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, nobody has ever made bad, negative complaints about VRM in that regard. So I'm thinking they're probably a pretty respectable company to work with. You don't see a lot of negative stuff out there. And what negative I have found, it's kind of like, oh, it's kind of nitpicky-ish. It's not really an issue, in my humble opinion. So VRM, on the surface, they're a good company to work with. They offer an array. The press release said that they offer an array of real estate services. So I asked them, what services will VRM be providing on this contract award? Again, questions from you, because that's what the press release said. Now, this next question, 90% of you that sent questions in had this question because you have worked with them in the past and you couldn't make their numbers work. And this is what I said. This question, 90% of those asking are former vendors that could not make the numbers work for their business model. In regards to the preservation side of the contract, A, how is VRM addressing court's decision in the Bowerman VFAS regards to misclassification of employees? B, will VRM still have the flat fee of $1,000 for the cradle to grave? I don't know if you guys remember that policy they instituted a few years back. A lot of you cannot make that work because the property stayed in inventory for so long. There was a caveat there. Or does the new contract provide a better arrangement for the boots on the ground completing the services? That was, again, from members of labor. Thank you very much for that question. This question also from members of labor, and I kind of accentuated it a little bit and expounded on it. Does VM, or I don't know why I keep saying VMR, it just seems more VRM. And I apologize, Cheryl and Ben. VRM is the name of the company, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3, the third question I sent over. Does VRM have a QC policy? If so, what is it? And is the policy available on your website? In addition, this came from me. How is the policy implemented? And how does VRM perform or QC an asset in Virginia or Maine from your location in Texas? And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's really, really critical that we understand that not just for VRM, for every company issuing work orders to a subcontractor slash or employee slash independent contractor. We'll see. That's critical. And I think we all, as labor, members of labor, I think everybody needs to start asking that question. How are you going to do this from your officer? Do you have people in the field? If they have people in the field, why aren't those people supervising employees instead of subbing the work to get out of a tax liability? That is what the courts are saying. Not me. Those aren't my words. That's what the courts are saying. Question number 4. And again, this was kind of formulated. 2 people sent this in, and they noticed this. With all the hacking in cyberland now, your company's website currently shows it is insecure. And I put their link up. There is no S after the HTTP. Will VRM be acquiring the security certificate to protect information calculated within? Those were the questions we sent over to VRM. I have yet to hear from them. Of course, they were sent on Friday. So we'll wait and get back. They will get published. As soon as I get a response from Cheryl or Ben on those, they'll be published on the website for everybody to see. Again, alladayllc.com, alladayllc.com. Coming up, GMO Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, boy, it's going to be a full slate again. Holy Toledo. A new lawsuit against Monsanto. This time, Wisconsin is making the claim that Monsanto has misled and gave false information on enzyme issues in their products. Again, we know what product we're talking about here. It's the Roundup. It's the glyphosate. That's what's going on. We're going to have news from the Organic Farming Research Foundation. We'll have pink slime is back in the mix. Pink slime. And we're going to touch on the Amazon. Ocean Roberts sent me over some stuff. Food Revolution Network. Thanks, Ocean. And we're going to push it out this week. We're going to touch on the Amazon Whole Foods deal. What you need to know. So, hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hey, I don't know about where you are, but where we are, it is suntan weather. Boy, I'm telling you, 90 degrees at 10 o'clock at night. And we're at 5,200 feet elevation. Got a little... And no, it's not climate warming. It's just the weather. Just the weather. And of course, Al Gore. Does this man have no shame, ladies and gentlemen? He's going to compare climate deniers to slavery? To slavery? Does that man have no shame? But hey, you know what? If George Soros gave me $30 million, I'd say what he wanted me to say. Well, no, I wouldn't. He's a creep. But that's what you have going on. $30 million. $30 million. Let's say it again. $30 million to Al Gore to come up with climate change. Tell us we're going to have catastrophic effects if we don't do anything, while he buys $9 million home 50 feet from the ocean front. While he flies around the world in a big old corporate jet, while he drives limousines, gas hog limousines, talking about climate control. I think he should be riding a bicycle, getting around in a hot air balloon. Then he can talk to us about climate change. Until then, Al Gore, you're garbage. I'm sorry, you're a shill for George Soros and his economic program to make the new world order. It's common sense, ladies and gentlemen. It's just common sense. But I think we're going to touch on that just a little bit on GMO Tuesday. Hey, folks, it is a great day. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the station so you can be notified if you can help out with a donation. It is getting real tight for us because we're getting ready to, like I said, get the show on the road, and we're going to be doing some stuff. We're going to be liquidating a lot of our stuff here. You never know. Some of the tools might be going up too right now. We're going to have to thin things out a little bit for the next project. And we are interviewing folks that have been sending inquiries in about acquiring sustainable agriculture programs for their operation. Maybe a little agritourism going on. Who knows? We'll see what happens there. alladayllc.com, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget, if you're in the Reno area and you need non-GMO feed, organic feed for your critters, Foothill Feed and Mercantile, that's 775-852-0999. They're located 1330 Geiger Grade in Reno, Nevada. And don't forget, that gal in the Keystone State, MDG Blogger. You got so many So many websites out there with healthy living, healthy eating, organic and stuff. MDG Blogger, she'll point you in the right direction. Support your local seed banks, ladies and gentlemen. I got to get out of here today. It's that time again. It's time to go do some work. Let's all have a great day. Hope your weekend is a great one. Let's all be safe out there.